In this brief demonstration, I want to show you how we can translate some of our newfound knowledge of PC connector interfaces to the real world. Now, USB devices, actually, as convenient as they are, represent a significant security risk for businesses. Imagine you were a bank, for instance. How easy would it be for a contractor, oh, could I use this computer over here? Yeah, okay. And the contractor slips a USB drive into a port, a USB 2 or USB interface, and transfers data that they shouldn't have any business taking to that external device. So for that reason, some businesses have security policies where they prevent USB devices from being used. In Windows environments, this is a Windows Server 2012 R2 machine, we can use a feature called Group Policy. By the way, I don't know if you're following along, I'm going to right-click the Start button, go to Run, type gpmc.msc to open the Group Policy Management console. I've created a group policy object called block USB device, and I'm not asking you to follow along actually, and I'm not asking you to be able to do all these steps. If you want to know how group policy administration works, check the Pluralsight library. This degree of depth is just to give you some real-world exposure to what we've been talking about. It's not to cover an exam objective. I just want to give you that caveat. But anyway, in Windows networks, Windows domain networks, we can use group policy to enforce consistency across our user and computer base. And in my policy that I've called block USB devices, as you can see here, I'm denying read, write, and execute for removable disks. I'm doing that both at the computer level as well as the user level, just to be double Dutch sure no matter who logs on to a particular computer, they're not going to be allowed to put in USB. Now, if that sounds kind of broad brush, it is, and you can actually configure group policy more granularly to allow, for instance, company-issued USB devices, but not allow your employees to plug in their own devices, okay? Now let's switch over to another machine, and I can demonstrate because I've plugged in a Sony USB thumb drive into this computer. When I go into the PC here, I can see my local disks, my C and E, but my F drive, which is the removable disk that I've told you about, when I double left click it, I get access is denied. So that is the group policy restriction in action. I'll tell you, you can bring some great value to the company that you work for by letting them know that these kind of features are available in Windows, because I cannot overemphasize how important it is to be careful about removable drives in a business. They can be a vector for malware, they can be a vector for information theft, and so on. Now let me get off my soapbox and let's wrap this module up, okay?